Hi again. I'm back with a sim rig I just finished putting together. I don't want to really say that I built it because it's based on a playseat evolution. It's the older model that has the bar that goes down here between your legs. Believe it or not, it really doesn't affect you when you're driving because you don't really notice it. The only time it does is when you try to use a stick shift and you have to use the clutch. Then it gets a little hard doing some heel and toe. But it's hooked up to a PlayStation 4. I mainly play Project Cars, some Assetto Corsa, and Dirt Rally. I do have a VR headset that I use mainly for Dirt Rally and for a game called Firewall 0 Hour. It's a first-person shooter. It's a pretty good game. Other than that, there's really not a lot of games that utilize VR yet. I'm hoping that it'll get some more racing games and some flying games. I have the PS4. I've got it hooked up to a surround sound system. The monitor is on a separate stand away from the sim rig. That way it doesn't vibrate when I'm racing. I've got a pretty good sized subwoofer right here. It makes pretty good bass. I also have the Buttkicker Gamer 2. What that is a tactile transducer. When you hit a bump or you take a jump in a rally car or something, or you hit the curbs in a racing game, you actually feel it. It's mounted to the back of the playseat. What I did is I didn't have the playseat mount, so I just used a deep well socket, attached that to the frame, and then I attached the Buttkicker Gamer 2 transducer piston right to that. It cost me about $2 versus I think something around $30 for the playseat version. I also have the TH8A shifter from Thrustmaster. Most of my stuff is Thrustmaster. It has the Ricmotech short shift kit on it, and you're probably wondering what those springs are, and I'll get to that in just a minute. I changed out the shifter knob. I put a Sparco shifter knob on it. The Ricmotech short shift, all it does is it allows lighter throws or shorter throws when I'm shifting. The springs are actually screen door springs. With the TH8A, you can change it from being a manual shifter or a sequential shifter that you can also use as a emergency brake for like a rally game or a drifting game. Well, I just got sick of having to switch back and forth, so what I did is I just modified it. On the mount, I just put these carriage bolts, attached some springs that go on a screen door, hooked them to here. So I can basically make this go from a manual shifter to an emergency brake in about 15 seconds, which is a lot faster than if you're trying to switch out the plate and everything else. So how it works is on Dirt Rally, when I want to use it as an emergency brake or a hand brake, all I do is I just pull it. I have fourth, and it springs it right back. It springs it right back to center, so I can hit it, go around a corner, let go, and it goes right back to center. It's kind of nice. Again, within a few seconds, I can change it around. I'm running the Thrustmaster T300 RS Ferrari Alcantara wheel. I also have the Formula 1 wheel. If you're seeing this, what this is, these displays are called the RS Dash. It's something you could buy in the Apple store, and it's telemetry for Project Cars, Formula 1 games, Assetto Corsa on the PC, and stuff like that. What I can do is I have them mounted. That's an old iPhone. I use that mainly for a shift indicator. And then this one is an old iPad I had. I've got it mounted here. And with this, I can change and look at different telemetry. Right now it's showing the tires, how much fuel I have. Now that's another shift indicator. It gives me my practice laps, tells me all the telemetry on how much fuel I've used for last lap, G-forces I pulled. Again, I go back. You can also change various screens. So if I go back and it shows me where I am on the map and where my competitors are when I'm racing against them. You can see, let me get back to this. It's kind of hard to hold. Okay, so I have various gauges that I can have it look like. It's kind of nice. It just gives you some information on what your car is doing and all that stuff. I've got the TH 8A, as I said. I've got the Alcantara wheel from Thrustmaster. I've got the T3PA pedals. I'm probably going to upgrade to the Pros because they're GT mounted and I really like those. Again, I've got the surround sound. What I have right here is a button box. And that's because the steering wheel just doesn't have enough control, so I don't know why it's not focusing. But this lets me turn on my lights. This is wipers. This is if I'm running something with anti-lock brakes, I can adjust it. That's stability control. This is traction control. This one I just have for different games. I left it. This is KERS, DRS. I can change the LCD monitor. This is actually, you have to turn this, if you're in full sim mode, turn this on, flick the lever up, press the start button, and that's how you start your car. This is a pit request. This changes the view, so right now I'm in cockpit view. If I just spin this, you can see it changes the view of my car. Let me go back to cockpit view. Okay, and then it's got a few other things it can do. It does the front anti-roll bar, the rear anti-roll bar. You can adjust that on the fly. Of course, that all depends on which model car you're running, whether it works or not. So the reason I'm just showing this video is I got this play seat off of Craigslist for $75, and I had to modify it a little, but if you have any questions on different things, on how to hook things up, or some of the modifications, just let me know. I'll do what I can to help answer them for you. It's a pretty fun rig. I'm not really going to jump in and drive it because that'd bore you guys, but between the subwoofer and the Buttkicker Gamer 2, it's pretty immersive, especially like in a dirt rally game if you're playing VR, because you're actually, the sound of the car and then the feeling of hitting the jumps and all that stuff, especially in VR, is pretty incredible. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My next project is I've got the Thrustmaster handlebars. I'm going to build a motorcycle sim rig. This is going to be my next thing. These are the Thrustmaster Freestyler wheel handlebars. So I'm going to build a frame, a motorcycle frame, hook up a screen in front of it, and be able to play Isle of Man TT. Ride 3 is coming out, MotoGP 18, there's a lot of different motorcycle games out there. I just use a Brook super converter. I did a video earlier on some Yamaha handlebars that are made for the PS2. These Freestyler wheels or handlebars from Thrustmaster were also made for the PS2. But with the Brook super adapter, I can use it on a PS4. So I'll keep you guys tuned. I'm also building an arcade cabinet based on an old PS3. I'm actually kind of modifying an existing cabinet to work as an arcade for the kids, since they like to play Mortal Kombat and Injustice, Gods Among Us. So thanks for watching.